What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today we'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Nvidia Corporation with the ticker symbol NVDA. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So Nvidia is dropping. This is not surprising at all to someone like me who have seen thousands of charts for several years now. This is expected. Well, how do I know it was going to do this? Well, basically, it was a little bit overextended, and this was all-time highs, so price was due for a pullback. We're seeing a pullback take place right now, and where can it go? Well, a lot of times, price will pull back to prior breakout levels, which was the prior breakout levels at the $95 level. So you see there was a stock split, excuse me. Price popped up, a little bit overextension, and due for a correction as of right now. So you can see that this was the prior breakout level right here. Price was finding resistance, eventually pushed through that level, and a lot of times it'll come back to test that level of support. We do have this trend line right here in place, so overall trend is still up. So again, short term it is looking bearish, so most likely short term we'll probably see lower prices, and long term the trend can still resume to the upside. Is it guaranteed? No. If the short term momentum is strong, it might oversede that long term momentum or supersede that over long-term momentum and then start a long-term bear market. So short-term momentum can change the course of the future. So we'll see what happens, but as right now, short-term it is looking bearish, long-term is still looking bullish. So another indicator was that price reached a measurable target. This was all one large impulse up. Market moves in impulses and corrections or waves. So we saw a strong wave up and then a correction. This was the start of the second wave, and what do you get? Well, price started correcting at the top of the second wave, and now we're looking for a correction. So what can it do? It can make a similar size correction as the past. So this is all one leg right here, and that would take price to currently where we're trading right now. However, this looks a little bit more overextended than last time, so we can see a larger drop. Will it come all the way to this trend line and the $95 level? It's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. No one knows for sure. But as of right now, it's a target that the price is trying to reach. So we'll see if we can get there. So as of right now, short-term bearish, long-term still bullish. We'll see what happens. But my target for right now would be right around the high 90s, low 100s for Nvidia. Now let's take a look at the weekly chart. And you can clearly see that overextension. So whenever you have a chart, just put an EMA on there. Shows the average price. Price likes to trade right around that average. Whenever it gets overextended, it will pull back to that blue line, which is the 21 bar exponential moving average. Just happened right over here and just happened again. Happens all the time in the price action chart. So price is pulling back. Most likely we're going to see a correction. Is this a top? Well, it's a very low probability to pick tops. It pays off a lot, but it's a very low probability. I don't think it's the top. I still think the market still looks like it wants to push up higher. But again, I can't just base it off of my feelings. What are the technical signs? Well, we have to look at a longer term chart. And whenever a chart goes up by significant percentage amounts, we want to use the log chart. So here's the log chart for Nvidia. Now you can clearly see the chart much better. And I can use measure move target to predict the next possible top. So we can get this measurement right here. This is all one large leg right here. And move the second leg up, and that takes price right around to the 153. So maybe a little bit more upside, and then maybe a severe correction. We can also draw a channel for the price action, maybe something like that. And we're just coming off the highs of the channel, so you can see how well the channel works right there. So again, this could be a top. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. But we do have bullish momentum backing this trend up. So we'll see what happens. We still have this trend line right here as well. I'm going to clear the drawings. We have this trend line right here dating back to October 2022. So that's a nice little trend channel as well in play. So we'll see what happens. Maybe a little bit more upside. Me personally, I don't like to buy anything or hold anything this high up already. The risk goes up and the reward goes down whenever you have something that has gone up this much. Just a couple years ago, let's say you bought the peak of 2021. You already made 255%, and that's the peak from 2021. So that's such a strong move up for a stock. So it's gonna be, I would not bet against the trend, but I would say it's getting more riskier as time goes on. So all I have for Nvidia on the daily and weekly charts: short-term correction, long-term still bullish, and we'll see what happens in the short term, if it's strong enough to reverse that uptrend or not. As right now, it's way too early to tell. Most likely it won't, and I still see more upside. Maybe 150. And again, if things get really crazy, it can overshoot that and maybe reach the high 100s. So we'll see what happens. So all I have for Nvidia on the daily weekly charts. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.